We celebrate human athletes during the Olympics, people who can run further, jump higher, and swim longer than anyone else in the world. So maybe it's also a good time to learn about birds with extreme athletic endurance. During the egg-laying season, penguins need to swim between their nesting grounds and foraging areas every few days. If you try to learn about this foraging commute, you'll find a bunch of websites that have the same uncited, copy and paste facts about chinstrap penguins swimming 50 miles to eat. But if you actually dive into the scientific literature, you'll find that depending on where the food is, they might need to swim 12 miles or up to 70 miles. So 50's a number in that range, I guess. But then while looking that up, I found the Adélie penguin. Their foraging trips went up to 110 miles, way more than the chinstrap penguin. Since these are trips to areas with lots of food, Adélie penguins basically need to swim that far before breakfast. Assuming the Adélie penguins swim at an average of 4.9 miles per hour, it would take them at least 22 hours just to swim from land to their furthest foraging areas. And sure, they might eat some snacks along the way, but they go until they find enough food, and then turn around and swim back. The Adélie penguins feed some to their chick, then they wait while the partner does the same foraging swim. The Adélie penguin is impressive during this one season, but there's another bird that travels long distances in almost every season. The Arctic Tern chases summer around the globe. They fly to the Arctic Circle to experience summer, and they fly all the way to the Antarctic Circle for more summer. This lifestyle gives them relatively pleasant weather to feed and raise their chicks, but it also means they fly up to 56,000 miles every year. That's 150 miles a day, on average, forever. The exact route changes by population, but the shortest possible route is 24,000 miles round trip. No matter which Arctic tern you're talking about, it flies a lot every year. But wait a second, even though the Arctic tern has endurance over the year, it still stops to rest along the route. What is the longest that a bird can actually fly? The common swift takes off from its breeding grounds in northern Europe and flies. It flies to the southern parts of Africa for a few months. Then it flies back to northern Europe. And the swift does something then that it has not done in a long, long time. It puts its feet down and stops flying for the first time in 10 months. Common swifts can do all the most common activities in the air. They eat bugs while flying. They get a drink by swooping down at water with their beak open. They sleep while flying. They even do courtship while flying. The only reason they ever stop flying is to find a tree hollow and lay some eggs in it. But if common swifts ever evolve something like nest parasitism, where they can just lay their eggs in another bird's nest, these birds will be the first ones to just abandon the ground entirely and fly for their whole lives. For their continuous 10-month flight, the common swift earns the title of Greatest Bird Endurance. But we saw several birds who displayed endurance in different ways. It's amazing how many different ways that birds have found to thrive in the world. Thanks for learning about birds this week. You can subscribe to follow this channel for the long haul, or you can start a marathon playlist about birds. Thanks for stopping by this week to learn what makes life awesome.